Okay, so I just watched the debate between Strongman Personal Finance and me, Kevin, and I pretty much watched the entire thing. And I just want to go ahead and give my quick thoughts on it. There was a lot that went down in that debate. It was very interesting. It went on for about an hour or so. It was something like that, and so I just wanted to go ahead and give my thoughts. Um, I think Strongman did a good job. I mean, I definitely think it could have been better. I'll be honest, but I definitely didn't expect him to yell at him, or be immature. I thought he handled it the way a 32-year-old should, and that's pretty much, I think that's how old he is. And unfortunately, me, Kevin, did not handle it the way that I expected. I mean, like I said, nothing that I say about me, Kevin, is personal. I'm sure he's a good guy as a person, but when it comes to this stock stuff, I think there's a lot of BS going on. And I think in that interview, there was so much BS. I mean, Strongman just asked him simple questions and he kept trying to flip. I mean, there was one time where Strongman asked him about timing the market, and me, Kevin, flipped it to, well, I'm not timing the market, I'm timing the market cycles. And I wish Strongman would not have let him get away with that, because I would have fought back and been like, you're timing the market. You can use your wordplay however you want, but at the end of the day, you're timing the market. You're not timing market cycles or whatever you're trying to say. You're timing the overall market. And he also said that I believe in being long term, except for when the market cycles do certain things and when the Fed is doing this. If you're long term, you're long term. There's no in between there. If you're long term stocks like Warren Buffett is, then you're long term stocks no matter what the world or what the Fed or anything is doing. If you're short term stocks or you're a trader, then you're going to pretty much somewhat do what me, Kevin's doing. And then there was another part where Strongman Personal Finance asked him about like his courses and people following his buy and sell alerts, and do you think people follow them? And me, Kevin, basically said that I tell people all the time, don't follow my buy and sell alerts, and none of this is financial advice and just things like that. And I completely disagree, and I think that Kevin was completely full of BS. I think he was full of it. I'm just going to be completely honest, because dang well that people buy your course. I'm sure some people probably listen to the course and all those things. I'm sure they do. But most people buy your course because they want your buy and sell alerts. They think that he's a genius. They see how much money he has and they want to copy his trades. That's why they buy his course. They want his buy and sell alerts, and he knows that. I 100% know that he knows that. So he can't say that, well, I tell people all the time, I would only make sure that crypto has 5% of my portfolio, and when it comes to stocks, I would only make sure that, I'm managing my risk and doing whatever. Like, no, it was a bunch of BS he was saying. Like, no, dang well a lot of people who follow you are looking for some type of hope to get rich. Some people even follow you so they can get rich quick, and they think that by following your stock picks and your buy and sell alerts, they'll be able to do that. Now, unfortunately, in 2021, that didn't happen for the most part. I don't know what he put in his buy and sell alerts, but looking at the stocks he pumped on his YouTube, if he put those on his buy and sell alerts, then a lot of people lost money. So he was full of crap there. And to be honest with you, most of the interview, I thought that he was full of crap. Now, I do want to say this. I think that me, Kevin, he has my respect. I will definitely say he has my respect for getting on the interview with Strongman Finance and even going through with it. And he has my respect for answering the questions. He really does. And that's why I said I take nothing away from Meet Kevin as a person. I think Meet Kevin as a person is probably a good man. I get it. But when it comes to this stock stuff, I think it's complete BS, and I think he's full of crap. And when I watched the entire interview, there was so much BS going on. And, I'm not going to fault Strongman for not going at him, because, this is probably Strongman's first interview. I'm not surprised. People don't understand. It sounds easy to interview or debate somebody when you're writing in the comments and things like that, but when you're actually in front of somebody debating them, I've been through debates before. I've debated people before because I worked in politics, so I'm in that field. I know how it goes. I've prepped politicians for debates before. I know how it goes. It's a whole different story when you're preparing or when you're typing in the comments than when you're actually in front of somebody face to face. It really is. So I'm not mad at Strongman at all, because I know how that debate stuff goes. It's not easy to get in front of somebody and actually debate them or interview somebody. You get good at that through experience. That's the only way you get good at that. You can't just do that your first time and do good. So I'm not even faulting Strongman for that. I thought the interview was good, especially for it being his first time interviewing another YouTuber, especially somebody who he has opposing views to. So overall, I thought the interview was good. I just thought that unfortunately, me, Kevin, was full of a lot of BS. And most of what I watched, I just couldn't believe it. I'm like, man, this guy is skating. You know, Kevin reminds me of a politician. You know, I worked in politics. I've seen a lot of politicians who are very good at using their words, and that's how Kevin is. He's very good at using his words, and he communicates it in a way where it doesn't quite seem like he's pivoting, even though he is. You have to really catch it to figure out that he's pivoting. But a lot of what he said was not directly answering the question. It was mostly just pivoting, but at the same time, it was sounding like an intelligent answer, even though it wasn't. And, you know, had that been me, you know, I would have been picking all of that apart, because at the end of the day, you can't have a stock course with buy and sell alerts and then try to say, oh, well, none of it's financial advice and you shouldn't be taking my advice and all that stuff right there, because you know when you're making the course, that's what people are there for. That's what people are there for. People aren't there to talk to you or say hi, because you probably don't have time to reply to everybody. People are there because they want to know, what is this guy buying? What is this guy selling? What is this guy thinking? That's mostly what people are there for. So that was just a bunch of BS to me. And yeah, hopefully they have another debate or another interview or something like that. Definitely looking forward to that. But yeah, those are pretty much my thoughts. So if you like the video, feel free to give it a like. And if you like my content and want to support me, then feel free to subscribe to the channel. And that's it. I'll see you guys in the next one.